Hello, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is. This is take three. This something in the universe is just playing games for some reason. Yeah, it's remember I'm a clairvoyant clairaudient, so everything is for entertainment purposes only. Um, yeah, today it's Monday, March 18th, 2024. It's 10 o'clock in the morning Central Standard Time. Um, I want to apologize. Hey, no chat stream today. I'm just feeling like crap. And I just want to get this up. So basically, I can go back to bed and I'm just feeling ill. I mean, hey, yeah, okay. Last Wednesday, yeah, I had surgery. Outpatient procedure, 22 stitches. And it's taken a while. It does take a little bit out of a person. I mean, I did have general anesthesia, and um, it any kind of surgery knocks somebody on their butt. So if I'm feeling this crummy just from my outpatient procedure, Princess Catherine must really be feeling like 20 times worse than I am. I mean, she literally had her body cavity spliced open, internal organs moved around. Yeah, I know what kind of pain medication I had to take initially. And so no wonder Catherine stayed in the hospital for 2 weeks. Basically, it was to to keep her comfortable. And if I'm feeling what this crappy 5 days post-op on my minor procedure, Catherine must still be feeling like crap from hers. So I wish everybody would just give her a break. And yeah, they're saying that she was spotted over at the farm store located on the Windsor estate. They said, yeah, that she was seen, but people were gracious enough not to take photographs because any woman who's had a C-section or anyone who's had to have major surgery where they had their body cavity opened up totally knows how horrible she's feeling, the physical discomfort, and even the slightest movement can cause a grimace on her face. So most likely people said wished her well and kept their phones in their pockets because hey, we always see her as looking very glamorous, really put together, but hey, when you're not feeling good, the last thing you're thinking about doing is blow drying your hair, putting on a ton of makeup, putting on clothes that are body conscious. Hey, I admit it right now, even I'm living in sweats and t-shirts. And it's and it's like, unfortunately, I can't even get some of my favorite fuzzy warm socks on because of the bandages. So if I'm seen outside of my apartment, basically all my neighbors are like, do you need some help with that? And I'm like, no, I can deal with it. I mean, okay. I have had one of my neighbors, her husband is like, sends me a text, hey, taking the garbage out. Do you have anything? I'm like, yeah, here you go. Thank you. So, but yeah, folks, if this is how I'm looking 5 days post-op, can you imagine how Catherine was feeling 5 days afterwards? Even now when we see her, the few photos that have been leaked, it's called allow her to heal up, give her the time and the peace and quiet. But of course we know that the green-eyed monster isn't letting that happen. I mean, the green-eyed monster, she of course had to go out and promote her stupid little website. And now they're saying, oh, people just click onto it. You don't see any of the merchandise. But I guess once you've allowed the website to harvest all of the data off your electronic device, be it a cell phone, a tablet, an iPad, a desktop, a laptop, whatever, after you allow her minions, her software, to harvest all your information, then you're allowed to look at the merchandise for sale. My question is, okay, she's selling merchandise. The green-eyed monster is trying to reinvent herself as the new version of Gwyneth Paltrow, which she doesn't have the, how do I put this? Rachel doesn't have the class or the intelligence to overshadow Gwyneth Paltrow. Yeah. I can honestly say that she doesn't have it. Ages ago, I did have some interaction with Gwyneth Paltrow, and believe it or not, she's got her feet on the ground, and when she's not on camera but in private life, Gwyneth Paltrow is a really nice gal. She is. Very, very nice. Unfortunately, Rachel, from what I've been told by close sources around her, Rachel isn't. Rachel wants to be top dog. So now she's trying her own little lifestyle website, and like I said, unless you allow your personal information to be harvested, you don't get to see the merchandise. My question is, where is this merchandise being manufactured? Is it in some Southeast Asian sweatshop? Yeah, I mean, we need to know where all her merchandise is being. Is it something like a drop ship? So we kind of need to ask questions. Where's all the stuff coming from that she wants to sell? And yeah, now of course, now we're hearing more stuff. They're resurrecting the old nasty story about Prince William and another woman who's friends with the Middleton gals. Well, remember when this nasty story popped up? That was 2018, 2019. That's when Rachel was still technically in residence in the UK. And she wasn't getting what she wanted. So, of course, she has to start trash talking other people to make her look fantastic. Well, it kind of blew up in her face. And people know that anything coming out of her, you need to double check it with like a double and triple check it, because, hey, she likes to tell stories outside of school. So we just got to be careful with her. Now, some of the other nonsense that's going on, people blowing things out of proportion, is over the weekend, Donald gave a few speeches, and the mainstream media, which is basically all yellow journalism and propaganda, made a big boo-boo and took a phrase way out of context. The mainstream media is saying, oh, if he doesn't get hired in November, everything's going to be a bloodbath. Well, that's incorrect. What he was talking about is the Big Red Sea and some other creepy their other creepy bedfellows are now building factories south of the U.S. border to manufacture automobiles, cars. Well, think for a minute, folks. If you go to buy a car these days, and especially during lockdown, everybody was having a fit because they couldn't get certain parts for the vehicles, the computer chips. Okay, the autos that are going to be manufactured by the Big Red Sea and their strange bedfellows, they're going to be run by a computer. And cars these days, the modern ones, I mean, literally, they have it set up that your cell phone operates through the audio stereo system of the car. So, who else is listening to your phone conversations? I mean, we all know people are saying stuff if they mention something around their cell phone. The next time they go online, they'll start seeing adverts for this object that they were discussing. Yeah, Donald was saying that, hey, if he doesn't get the job interview, if he doesn't get the job come November, and the evil empire and the Big Red Sea start building all these auto factories, so all these cheaply made cars can get flooded in the North American market, he was referring, then it'll be a bloodbath in the auto industry. It won't be good. It will not be pretty. And one thing that I know, and I've discussed it with other people, when you've got somebody basically listening in to everything you're saying and doing and monitoring where you're going and how fast you're driving, yeah, that's what these stupid computer things in the cars are doing. Let's say you don't support who the evil empire, if you say something, if you're driving down a highway and you say something that the evil empire of Tehran doesn't like, they could have one of their minions like hit the keyboard, a few keystrokes. Next thing you know, your car decides to lock up on the expressway, and if there's a semi behind you, you're dead meat. You're roadkill. Yeah. I mean, these global idiots. I mean, Billy C, Billy G. I mean, I'd even be careful of that other techie guy. Mark Cuban? Yeah. All these techie guys are like giving up our sovereignty to the communists and to the evil empire of Tehran. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the other day, yes, in the U.S. House of Representatives, a bill was passed to limit the abilities of that application that is like the sound of what a clock makes. So this clock noise application is now going to the floor of the U.S. Senate for approval. And of course, they're saying JoJo will sign the bill into law. But has anybody really read every single page of it? What sort of other freedoms has that bill got tacked into it? I mean, it's loaded with amendments and pork. So what else are they trying to take control over? In my opinion, that application should be totally dismantled, eliminated. Parents, hey, grab your phone, write down all the phone numbers, names and phone numbers of your contacts, then go into the settings on your phone, and there's a little thing saying restore to factory settings. basically it wipes out the memory of the phone. And then when it's restored to factory settings, you go through and you uninstall all these other stupid applications that you don't need, especially the one of the clock sound. Get that off of your phone. Because it's basically, and this other thing that allows the phone to listen to you when you're not even talking on the phone. Hey, you know, a good thing to find, it's like, yeah, wrap it in tin foil, or medical supply houses actually have those lead aprons that they put over you when you're going in for an x-ray. Yeah, instead of putting your phone in the microwave oven, you just have a lead envelope to stick the phone in when you don't need to have it on. This is still another reason to have a landline phone, because they need a court order to monitor anything on a landline phone. Cell phones, anybody can listen to you at any time, so just be careful with what you're saying. Now, something else that I noticed on today's, when I was going through the news. Now, several weeks ago, a couple months ago, I was talking to one of the other gals about something. And well, now they're starting to use them. Crossbows. In London, the morning news, afternoon news, whatever, released that in the area of London called Shoreditch, there have been attacks on people by, I would say, members of the evil empire, because in the UK they have no Second Amendment rights and stuff. So in the UK they use blades, and now they're using crossbows. So no pow-pows. A crossbow is silent. That's what they're now using. So yeah. As soon as I saw that this morning, I'm like, oh shit, did it again. Yeah. Now, the other thing that people are having kitty fits about, I guess, VLAD won re-election, and Macaroni Brain, Macron from France, well, I think he is pickled. I think he's Macaroni Brain needs to lay off the sauce, okay? Needs to go on the wagon. But he's pushing, Macaroni Brain is pushing for a NATO army, for like all the European countries to band together and send troops to help the Z guy, because they're now running scared poopless, because VLAD won by over 80% as the elected leader of Russia. Yeah. So of course, the EU, NATO, they've got their knickers in a twist, and they're scrambling to put something together. When honestly, the area that is really in dispute was called the Pale of Settlement, and always was Russia. Was always considered Russian area. So it's people who whose ancestors were Russian and want to be Russian now, instead of considered evil Ukrainians. Yeah, I mean, people are getting scared because VLAD is not someone to be messed around with. And even the nonsense that happened by North Korea's little Napoleon. Okay, North Korea's little Napoleon. Basically, he wants things his way when he wants them. It's his way or the no way, and if he doesn't get what he wants, he's going to stomp his little feet. Yeah, North Korea's little Napoleon. Well, it's kind of funny that here Barry sent his little spokesperson, Blinken, to Seoul, South Korea. Now, anyone with half a brain cell knows that Barry's running the show. He's telling JoJo what to do. This is Barry's third term. Well, even when Barry was officially in his first and second terms, the North Korean dictators still kind of laughed their asses off at Barry because they don't like people of North Korea. They really don't like people with a super dark complexion. So yeah, Barry sent his little minion Blinken to Seoul, North Korea. So now the North Korean Napoleon decided to play games, and he did some tests with some ballistic missiles. Now, of course, Japan is having fits about that because Japan is really close to North Korea. But there's been some shady stuff going on with Japan and Korea for centuries. So, got to be careful. But yeah, it's the North Korean dictator, the little Napoleon. He's showing his true colors. He doesn't respect Barry Soetoro. The little Napoleon doesn't respect the Davos dudes. The only two people that are coming up to now 3 or 4 people, the only people that North Korea Napoleon has a grudging respect for are the people that have stood up to him and called him out on his shit. North Korea Napoleon is scared shitless of VLAD, Donald. He's intimidated by Georgia Maloney. How dare a woman, but hey, he's kind of like walking on eggshells around her. And now he's kind of like getting leery of Javier down from Argentina. Yeah. So it wouldn't surprise me if North Korea sent a mushroom cloud over Beijing because North Korea wasn't getting what it wanted from the Big Red Sea. Remember the phrase, the enemy of my enemy is my friend? So even though North Korea is like its own little bubble, they know that dude, if somebody steps on his toes, he has no problem throwing a temper tantrum and letting something go boom. Yeah, take a look at that. That's kind of weird. And now it's like we know that we're seeing that the evil empire of Tehran. Okay, I'm not going to go into the Gaza crap because that's all it is. It's Gaza garbage. It's our modern day Vietnam. But the evil empire is now having the Iraqi military start firing stuff over at Israeli military strongholds, bases. So evil empire is now using the Iraqi army to shoot stuff over, send stuff over to go boom in Israel. And now they're supplying the Taliban, which runs Afghanistan, to start basically their Taliban is crossing into Pakistan, and that whole border of Pakistan and Afghanistan is now under conflict. So this is the evil empire. I mean, the evil empire basically wants, they've got Afghanistan, they're going to go for Pakistan. Next thing you know, they're going to be on the border with India. It's getting Whoever says, oh, we're approaching WW3, we're already in it. So, we just have to keep our eyes open and, yeah, keep our eyes open. This is what's coming down the pike. I think it's ironic, but now it's all coming out and people are starting to see it. And we just need to remain vigilant, and especially tomorrow is another big Illinois and I think 4 or 5 other states. It's the primary election. So, yeah, I'll be making my way out of the house to go vote for Donald. And that's my game plan for tomorrow. So, everybody, I'm going to let you go. I'm starting to get a little bit wiped out. Have a great day, and I'll have something up for you on Wednesday. Thank you. Bye-bye.